Have you ever heard things go bump in the night? Been frightened by ghostly goings-on? You're not alone. There are 41 haunted buildings in and around Manchester city centre. Steve Mearer, our paranormal expert, says there's a wealth of ghostly activity around the city.
Manchester is certainly no stranger to the paranormal phenomena. I've been involved in a number of investigations in Manchester, some corporate, some residential. The largest investigation we've ever conducted with 36 investigators was a large building in Deansgate, Manchester, which took us over 6 months to investigate, and they were having numerous paranormal disturbances, which was a problem for people working at the place.
We asked shoppers on Market Street if they believe in ghosts.
I do, depends on what type though.
Why are there different types?
To what I believe, yes. You get some that are good and you get some that are bad.
Yes, I do believe in ghosts.
I do not believe in them at all, no. Because it's all part of a fragment of the imagination.
One of my aunties, she was possessed as well. So I've had a good experience with them.
I had an experience when I was about 6 years old at my grandmother's house.
And I wish I'd have known what I was looking at, because I would have taken more notice.
He actually did a video of a cup moving across the table.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what did he do about that?
Moved out. That's what he did.
People are suspicious about things like that.
I'm annoyed that they haven't, scientifically proved it yet.
At the Shakespeare Hotel on Fountain Street, they are no strangers to ghosts. Tom the landlord takes up the story.
The history of the Shakespeare pub and the haunting of it, so to speak, is around 300 years ago, before the front of the pub, as you know, it was moved here. Apparently, there was a chef and a young girl that used to work here, and apparently the chef raped the girl, killed her, and then hung himself in what is now my bedroom. And apparently the bloke and the girl that is apparently roaming round here are those two.
A couple of years ago I seen a man walking past the bottom of the stairs and come behind the bar, and then I realised he'd not actually walked, his arms and legs weren't moving, he'd sort of glided.
Went to the kitchen and made myself a cup of tea, went back into the room to watch Match of the Day. When it finished, it was about an hour and a half long. Put my teacup back in the kitchen and went to bed. My fiancée came home at 5 o'clock in the morning and there was smoke billowing throughout the apartment, and went in the kitchen and all 4 hobs on the stove had been turned on full, and there was a plastic bag on top of the hob. So that's the story.
But ghosts are only part of the story, as Steve explains.
Paranormal consists of many things. It consists of the hauntings, poltergeist infestations, missing time, apparitions and time slips. The paranormal is generally anything that we cannot identify or rationalise, something unusual beyond the norm.
People often contact Steve to help overcome their fears of the paranormal.
I've had many a phone call, some 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, people screaming down the phone, please help me, can you come out? We're locked in the bedroom. Well, they're not locked in, they barricaded themselves in the bedroom because they're so fearful of something that they've experienced that night. Dealing with people is hard, dealing with the paranormal is easy.
Jackie has had occasion to call Steve during a paranormal crisis at her home.
I've calmed down a lot because I'm getting the reassurances, and obviously I've been informed, don't let the fear overtake you, because otherwise that's what they feed off.
Jackie describes her experiences.
On numerous occasions we've heard quite a lot of knocking. We've seen shadows. I've actually seen a light anomaly in the living room, which was of a lime green colour. 6th of December 2010, 2:30 a.m. Someone was squeezing my hand in bed. I squeezed and they squeezed back. The 22nd of December on the Wednesday afternoon, Leah heard tapping on the bathroom wall. On the Monday morning, the 27th of December at 1:35 a.m, 2 bangs on the stairs as if someone had fell up the stairs. The 9th of January on the Sunday night, approximately 10:30, came out of the computer room and shut Mike's bedroom door. At 11:15, went into the bathroom. Mike's bedroom door was wide open.
I've been involved in it almost 30 years now, but I try and help people. That's my general purpose, is to try and assist people which are having disturbances and finding it difficult to deal with. Asking those witnesses to keep a diary of events in case there are any periodic things that take place which could point to something paranormal or rational. The most unusual case I've ever been involved in was a poltergeist infestation. Now, I've spent 30 years in this subject and only come across 3 cases in 30 years. That's how rare poltergeist infestations are. We're certainly led to believe they're more regular occurrences, but they're not. We heard radios switch on when they weren't plugged in. Batteries would fly across the room.
So, has Steve ever been scared by something he can't rationalise?
Poltergeist phenomenon feeds on fear and in vexation in that environment and the stresses that they cause. I was punched in the back that night by something I could not see. I couldn't protect myself against it. It's important to investigate all paranormal phenomena, certainly for me, very thoroughly, because we do find a lot of rational explanations. About 60% of our cases are rationalised.
This is for real here now where we are. Ghosts just don't exist. If they do exist, it's in people's heads. That's how I feel.